I'm Jill and welcome to my cooking channel. Today I'm over at Jeff and Holly's house going to try to snoop around their kitchen and see if I can find something to make out of some simple ingredients that they may have in their pantry, they may not. I did promise them I'd make them dinner, so we're gonna go ahead and see what they've got and if I can make a dinner, and maybe you can find some of the same similar ingredients and make them in your own home. So let's get cooking. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have in the pantry. Ooh, I see a lot of hot chocolate. Mrs. Doubtfire, have a cup of cocoa. I see a lot of pastas in here. We could do some sort of pasta dish. I see some roasted bell pepper strips that we could add a vegetable to our pasta. Let's see what else we have. Let's go ahead and start by seeing what's in our freezer. Looking for some sort of protein for the pasta. We've got some chicken breasts here that we can thaw out and use. And oh, some chopped spinach. We can add another vegetable. Okay, let's see what else we have in here. Okay, let's see. Oh, we've got some minced garlic that we can add to the pasta. Got some Parmesan cheese. Ooh, and mozzarella cheese. Okay. And ooh, some wine. I think I need to buy them wine for Christmas. Okay, a little bit past this time there. Oh, we have some heavy whipping cream and some butter. We can use those to make our sauce. Okay, let's get cooking. So the first step is we have to thaw the chicken breasts. These usually take about 15 to 20 minutes in a bowl of cold water. So go ahead and pop those in. So while our chicken is thawing, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our white sauce. Over here, we have a tablespoon of butter. We have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. We have a teaspoon of minced garlic and half a cup of mozzarella cheese that will be used after the sauce starts to thicken. So let's go ahead and get started. I usually start to bring the ingredients to a boil, but we're going to start on medium heat. And we're gonna go ahead and start with our first ingredient, the 1 cup of the heavy whipping cream. And after that, we're going to add our tablespoon of butter. And next we're going to do the teaspoon of the minced garlic. And we're going to go ahead and bring this to a boil, just stirring every few minutes. This allows the sauce to thicken up a little bit. I would say once it is brought to a boil, it's not too long after that, maybe 10 more minutes. So we'll go ahead and let our sauce start to thicken up. Okay, so about halfway through, I kind of look ahead and see what spices I can use in the pasta. Just looking ahead, I think we'll use some garlic salt, and we'll go ahead and use the Italian, and just a sprinkle in the sauce is going to be good enough. So the Italian seasoning, just a short little layer on top. And the garlic salt. Just a little sprinkle here, otherwise our sauce is going to be pretty bland. Just kind of mix them up, still waiting for a boil here. As you can see, our sauce is starting to boil, so we're going to go ahead and give that a quick little stir. And we're going to turn it down to let it start to simmer. We're going to go ahead and start to boil our water for our pasta. I usually add just a little bit of salt to help the water start to boil. Go ahead and turn that up. And when we're ready, we're going to add the fettuccine pasta. Okay, so our water is starting to boil. We're going to go ahead and add our pasta. I chose fettuccine. That seemed like a good choice for them. And I usually break my pasta in half just to make it easier to fit in the pan. And And the noodles should be done about the same time as the chicken, so we'll do that after our sauce. For 2 people, I would probably use maybe a quarter of the box of this. We'll see how much it ends up being in our pan. Maybe just one more sprig more. Okay, and our sauce has already started to thicken on us, so we're going to go ahead and add the chopped spinach. I'll probably add about half a bag of this 12-ounce bag. And then we'll go ahead and add our roasted red peppers. I ended up using about half of a jar, which ended up being just a little over, or a little under a cup. Go ahead and add that to our sauce. We've got our thawed out chicken. I'm going to go ahead and cut these into strips here so we can add them easily to our pasta. Okay, so we've already got the pan on medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of a tablespoon of butter here into the pan to kind of coat it a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and add our chicken strips we just cut up. Okay. So we've got our sauce over here, still melting the uncooked spinach and the roasted red peppers. And then we've also got our pasta noodles taking a boil here. Let's give them a quick stir. Okay, so the chicken probably needs about 15 to 20 minutes to cook. I'm going to go ahead and just add some of our seasonings that we used before, the Italian and the garlic salt to the chicken, just a sprinkle. Okay, and we'll go ahead and let that start to cook. Our chicken is starting to brown here, so I think we are ready. It's had about the allotted amount of time to cook. So now we're going to go ahead and add our cheese that we've been waiting to add to our sauce. And we're going to go ahead and let that melt. The temperature is still set on low there, so we're going to go ahead and let that melt. And then we're going to strain our pasta. So here I've got this. We'll go ahead and give it one last stir, and we'll turn this burner off. And we'll go ahead and strain it over in the colander here. Okay, so now we're ready. I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken. Turn that off. Chicken to our pasta. Go ahead and stir that and let that cheese melt. And we are ready to go ahead and dish up our plate. Okay, we have our finished product here, a masterpiece. I hope they enjoy it. I hope this inspires everyone to make their own chicken pasta dish at home with just a few simple ingredients. And when in doubt, don't forget, just recipe it with Jill.